been a minute. The work, life, everything else balance has been crazy. And I haven't been able to film proper videos. So I apologize. I have, in my group chat with some homies, and with other people, and on my Instagram story, been exploring the idea of getting another project car. Before I get into this, there is always the option of just keeping to the S6 and not buying another car. Now, if you didn't know, previously on the channel we did have a project car, and I guess all of the cars to an extent are project cars, but I bought last spring a big turbo Mark 6 GTI. I thought that in fixing up the car and shining it up and making it look better, that the internet would be interested in the car. But my mistake was I bought a car that was already built, and so you guys had no emotional involvement in the car, and so after you saw the unveil video you were like, meh, and all the other videos on it were meh. It's kind of an interesting thing because I did buy the car for me. I thought it would be a good idea, but I also bought it because I thought it would do well on YouTube. And then when it didn't do well on YouTube, my motivation to work on the car and everything really went away. And then it just kind of sat for a couple months, and then I just ended up selling it and losing a lot of money on it. This time around, I don't want to do that. This time around, I want to get a car that I feel strongly about, and hopefully that will do well on the YouTubes. It's kind of hard to think about this because at the end of the day, like, I make a YouTube video a week, maybe two, but I'm in the car pretty much every day, if not every other day. So I would rather have a car that makes me happy, that doesn't do as well on YouTube, than have an absolute banger on YouTube and hate the car every time I get in it. So it's going to be a thing to kind of find a happy medium between the two. So let me cut straight to the chase. Some of the ideas we've been throwing around, or that I've been throwing around, that are particularly attractive to me. I'd like to spend less than like $6,000, but in reality it's probably going to be less than 10. I really like the idea of a series on like building the perfect daily for under 10 grand. And I think something from the Mark 5, Mark 6, Mark 7, Jetta, or Golf lineup would be really cool for that. Either with the 2.5 or the diesel. I would love to see if I hate the diesel, but I would hate to spend the money on the diesel and find out I really hate the diesel. But I've never owned a diesel car. I think that would be fun. I think that'd be something different. I don't think there are many TDI videos on YouTube, maybe because nobody's interested in them, but if you like the idea of a diesel, let me know. The 2.5, the 5-cylinder in the Jetta and Golf is also an appealing motor. I would love to build an NA one of those and see what that could do. I've been told that they're slow. I drove a stock one, it was slow. I don't know if the Tune will wake it up at all or not. The benefit to the 2.5 is that I already have a relationship built with Integrated Engineering. And so it would be fairly straightforward to work on a partnership for that car. Integrated doesn't offer tuning for the TDI stuff, so I would be forging a new relationship, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. So maybe in that case it would be good to start building new relationships across the industry, but the 2.5 would be the easy one for sure. I would love to build multiple cars over, you know, a year or two of the perfect $10,000 daily, and then be able to sell it, get some of my money back, or break even, and move on to the next one. A big one that my friends in the group chat, especially Armin, who just got one, and Alex have been pushing on, is a E39 540. So if you don't know, that's like the 1999 to 2004 generation of BMW 5 Series. The 540 has a V8, but it's not the M5. And that would be fun for a daily, but there's not a ton of mod potential. That would be more like subtle interior mods, low, figuring out spicy wheels for it, and doing an exhaust, and that would be like the daily aspect of it, which I don't think would be a bad thing. I mean, I think it would be fun to get into one of these cars for like $5 grand and throw like coilovers, wheels, exhaust, and a tune at it, and see how it does as a daily. I do want to try to stick towards cars that are more modern just for the safety aspect, because if you remember, my S4 ownership period ended being cut off by a snowplow, and it's something that's on my mind a lot more these days now that I have a 2-year-old. I don't want to be driving some clapped out death trap and then like tap some other car and the car folds in half and I'm dead. So I would like to err on the side of more modern cars, but I think the E39 is big enough that hopefully it would keep me safe. I don't know. I could do a 2-liter Jetta, either the FSI or the TSI. I could build another Mark V and kind of build into perfection what my budget wouldn't allow when I had my first Mark V. But I think I would be making a lot of the same videos as what I did before. Although I didn't really film my GTI modding process, I just filmed it once it was modded. I don't know, that kind of feels like cheating to me, like doing the same car again, because I know you guys are invested in it, but I don't know, I'd like to do something new. So then the absolute wild card, and this is something I would have to act fairly quick on, is there is a gentleman, he has a V6 B6, which is the 2004 to 2007, right? I believe it's 2004 to 2007 generation A4/S4. It's a wagon. It's an Ultra Sport, which is a very rare edition. And he has the 2.7 twin turbo V6 from the B5 S4 that's ready to swap into that car. Now, I have a friend, Omar, who happens to be very well versed in these 2.7 swaps. He actually has a VR6 swap B5 right now. And Omar and I have been talking about maybe buying that and doing a 2.7 swapped B6 wagon, which I think would do really well on the internet. I don't think it would serve so well on daily purposes because the 2.7 is not the most reliable motor out there, but it would be really, really cool. So, the only issue with that is I don't have, a garage space to work on it in, so it would have to be done at Omar's house, which means I wouldn't always be around the car. And 2, I don't know how confident I would feel driving that car. I guess the only way to do it would be to drive it, put miles on it, and find the problems. But I drive to Connecticut for work, so that's like, you know, it's not like I'm 15 minutes down the road and I can just get a tow back. It's like, that's a 140-mile tow if it breaks down here. So, it's appealing. I like the idea of doing something interesting and unique, and I think ultimately that is what's going to do best on the internet. But let me know if you want to see like a best daily under $10,000 series where we just throw, you know, wheels and coilovers and a tune or whatever is easy to do on that car at the car and see how it does as a daily, and then sell it, get another one, do the same thing. I think that would be fun. I just don't know if there's the appeal to it that there is of a 2.7 swapped wagon. So that's where I'm at right now. If there are other options that you would like to see built, for example, if you'd like to see me ball out and get like a Mark 7 GTI or something like that, that would be cool. I think a Mark 7 would be really fun. They're expensive. So,
in 3/4 of a mile, take exit 40.
Oh, short. She wants me to get off the highway. I'm in traffic. Yeah, definitely let me know if you think there are other options that I have overlooked in, wow, this whole thing is traffic. Just, if you want me just to keep working on the S6 and not worry about other stuff, we may burn through the S6 pretty fast, but it would be, I guess it would be one point of focus. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Did I say positivity? Positivity. Positivity.